Of the July 7th meeting. Do we have any additions or corrections to those minutes?
Make a motion to accept them as emailed.
Second.
Motion second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion is carried. First item, we have a resolution for the redevelopment commission. I think Tim's prepared that resolution, and this is to loan money from the city to the Decatur Redevelopment Commission.
Yeah, the council previously indicated that you were prepared to loan $5,000 to the Redevelopment Commission. There's a statutory process that you have to go through. It has to be a loan. Typically, a loan of this nature is to be paid at the end of the budget year, but in situations where you determine that that's not possible, you can extend the maturity of the loan for up to 6 months following the end of the budget year. So this loan will end on June 30th. Of 2016. It's hoped by then that the Redevelopment Commission will receive some captured TIP revenues that would then allow it to reimburse the city for the loan. You also indicated that you would do the loan bearing no interest, so it's an interest-free loan to the Redevelopment Commission for that period. So if that's acceptable to the council, then I would entertain a motion to introduce Resolution 2015-9 by short title.
So moved. Second.
Motion second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion's carried.
Resolution 2015-9, short title, Resolution of the Common Council of the City of Decatur, Indiana, which authorizes a temporary loan to the Decatur Redevelopment Commission.
So we need a motion now to approve Resolution 2015-9.
Motion to approve. Second.
Motion second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion is carried.
I have 3 copies, if I can pass it around.
The next item on the agenda is an official proclamation, and Heather Hillary is here, and this has to do with Chiari, did I say it correctly? Which is a neurological disorder that affects just about 300,000 people in the United States. So, Heather here has an individual that is affected by this, and so we decided to pass a proclamation on that issue.
This is an official proclamation to all to whom these presents may come greetings. Whereas in September 2015, we will hold a walk during the annual Conquer Chiari Walk across America, and whereas Chiari malformation is a serious neurological disorder affecting more than 300,000 people in the United States, first identified by Austrian pathologist Professor Hans Chiari in the 1890s and categorized in order of severity, CM types 1, 2, 3, and 4, and whereas Chiari malformations are considered defects in the cerebellum, which is the part of the brain that controls balance. This creates pressure on the cerebellum and brainstem and may block the normal flow of cerebral spinal fluid to and from the brain. And whereas the cause of Chiari malformation is unknown, but scientists believe it is either a congenital condition caused by exposure to harmful substances during fetal development, or that it can be a genetic condition, as it may appear in more than one family member. And whereas the National Institute of Neurological Disorders and Stroke and the National Institutes of Health are conducting research to find alternative options and treatment, now therefore I, John Schultz, Mayor of the City of Decatur, Indiana, do hereby proclaim September 13th through the 19th, 2015 as Chiari Awareness Week in the City of Decatur, and invite all citizens to duly note this occasion. In testimony whereof I hereunto set my hand and cause to be affixed the seal of the City of Decatur, done on this 14th day of July in the year of our Lord 2015, signature by Mayor John L. Schultz.
Hey, thank you, Tim. Also, Heather is having an event here. It is, like the proclamation said, September 13th through the 19th. On September 19th, Heather's having an event out at the Adams Memorial Hospital, the River Greenway Trails. Registration's at 10 o'clock and the walk starts at 11 o'clock. Walk distance is 5K, and you walk at your own fitness level. So she included me in that, at my own fitness level, so thank you. So, anything else you want to add, Heather, to that? Well, we want to thank you for bringing this issue up to our attention, and if there's anything we can do to help you, you please let us know. Okay, thank you very much.
John, how do they spell C-R?
Oh, that's a good one.
C-H-I-A-R-I.
C-H-I-A-R-I. Good, how I spell it. K-E-Y-A-R-E-E.
Heather, is there a phone number that people could call if they have questions?
Yes, it's actually on that paper.
Yeah, it's 223-3896,
Yes.
which is Heather's cell number.
And there's also a website, conquerpr.org, where you can register to walk. And we're still looking for a few corporate sponsors as well. And this is actually a giant walk across the United States. There's 86 walk sites.
Well, again, thank you for bringing this to our attention. Thank you. You may have read in the paper or heard talk about a flood volunteer celebration. I want to thank Melissa and Greg Kitson both for help organizing this event. It's just a way of saying thank you. And Les, I'm sorry, Les, left you off. It's just a way of saying thank you to all the volunteers that stepped forward during our flood. I don't know if our flood's over yet. It seems every time we think it's done, we're going to pick up sandbags and it rains again, so we'll hang in there. But this Friday, from 6 to 9, we're going to close off Madison Street. We're going to have some food, some music, and just thanks to the people that stepped forward. We have cost of this. This includes the food, the paper plates, the silverware, the water, the ice, and all of that. It came up to like almost $3,300. We had donations within 2 days, Melissa, of $3,700. So that tells you that people really do care and thank the individuals that have been involved. And I noticed even in here that, one that gave was, I forget how many cases of water, Walmart, 1,200 bottles of water they donated. So anyhow, some of the donations, that's some private donations that Les Markle, our fire chief, received during the flood. People just come up and say, hey, we don't know how to help, so here's some money. So there's $150 of that. The Decatur Volunteer Firefighters donated $250. Pizza King, $100. Adams County EMA, $250. Bungie, $500. First Merchants Bank, $125. Hoosier Pattern, $1,300. Greg Fleming, $500. So we just want to thank those people. They'll probably be mad at me now since I publicly named them all, but we really appreciate and thank you. So really, if you have something you want to see Friday, come on up. Really, from 6 to 9 on Madison Street between 2nd and 3rd. Anything else, Melissa? Great. Thank you. We had tanks. If you remember, we had tanks, underground storage tanks for fuel over at the old street garage located on 3rd Street by the police station. Over the last 2 years ago, we moved them out of there, and we now have the fuel tanks down on Elm Street. That's the street department garage. But during that whole process, we had to monitor, do a lot of monitoring and testing and things to make sure we didn't contaminate the soil. And we spent some money on that, but we're finally to the closeout phase. So this is the final stage of making that a clean site and being approved by Indiana Department of Environmental Management. So there's some work that has to be done. It has to be done by a licensed environmental engineering firm, and we have in the past used Creek Run, and they're out of Montpelier, Indiana. They've done all the work so far, so we need to spend $6,150 to do the final paperwork and final testing that needs to be done by IDEM. So we need approval of that, and that money, check with Phyllis, that money can come out of the CCI fund. So we need a motion really to approve that.
So moved. Second.
Motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion's carried. We are having a public hearing at our next city council meeting, which is August 4th, and that public hearing will be discussion on the old city hall building. More for public input. Anybody has anything they want to comment on that building, please come on August the 4th at 7:30. Street lights over on 7th Street, if you remember, we had talked about some new street lights to kind of fit in with the new police station. We have two quotes for that, and these are decorative street lights. They're just not the overhanging street lights that you would see on most of the streets. So we have a price. We have two prices, and the price that's the lowest is from Blakey Electric. And that was $21,385. So
6 lights.
6 lights, and that would come. We have a street light fund where Roger's not here. I think it's in his budget. Is it, Paul?
I think it's a concept.
We need to check, but the funds to pay for that will come out of the street light fund. So we need approval for that though by council. So entertain a motion for that.
So moved. Sorry.
Motion second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion's carried. Another item is coming up is as everybody knows, we've submitted our strategic investment plan for the Stellar and Stellar program. We have our site visit coming up on July 30th, which means the state team, different agencies of the state will be visiting here in Decatur. It'll be 15 to 18 people from the state, and we'll give our presentation of why we are a Stellar. We already know we're a Stellar, but we just got to convince them people. But anyhow, there's some expenses involved in that. We have some light refreshments when they get here, and then we have some materials we need to buy, like presentation boards and some name tags and some table tents and packets for the state team to take back with them. So, the cost comes up to right at $920. So I'd like to get approval to, out of the rainy day fund, pay for that with the rainy day fund. So moved. Motion second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion's carried. Matter of record, in recent city council meetings, we annexed the hospital area. Is that correct? And don't you have something we need to officially make a matter of record?
Proof of filing the notice with all those people.
Yeah, Phyllis had to file with the Adams County Auditor, Adams County Circuit Court Clerk, Adams County Board of Commissioners, Adams County Recorder. So we need to make that a matter of record that Phyllis did file that with those agencies.
So moved.
Second. Motion second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion's carried. Is there something else we need to? That was it.
Mayor, on that note, I was approached on, they're now part of the city, so that would be residents of Woodcrest are able to vote in a city election.
That's correct.
Is that this coming up city election?
I think so.
Will that be in place by then?
Yeah.
They were next and made part of one of the councilmanic districts. I think it was 2.
District 2.
All right.
Yeah, as part of the...
So what, will they redraw the district lines
Yes.
because of the numbers?
Supposed to be
Yeah, and
making
the
note of
recorder, I mean, not the recorder, but the clerk.
The clerk does that through there.
Yeah, eventually there will be a review of the councilmanic districts because you have to have a certain parity of voters within the districts. I think you can fluctuate up to 10%. But if we get out of balance, then periodically you have to readjust that, and then at that point you would
But that
redraw
should be in
that.
place by this
Yes.
coming election. Good. Answer
Um,
the question.
I can check
Was
with
it
them.
not the redistricting?
No, not
No,
to but the
the
ability for
ability
these
to vote.
individuals to vote. That's
For
right.
District
How
2.
about the residency requirement, Tim? Would they meet that? Would it be from the date we annexed them? Would they have to live in the city for 6 months?
I don't think that's an issue. I could be
Okay.
wrong. That's something we can check out, but I believe they're eligible to
Yeah,
vote.
before we say
Yeah.
they can, I know there's
Right.
a residency requirement.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can check with the clerk's office and verify that. Yeah. All right, thank you. We want to make, Charlie Cook was the city council's representative on the Decatur Plan Commission. Of course, Charlie is in heaven now and can't be here. So Tyler Fullenkamp, our new member of city council, accepted that position. So Phyllis has prepared the correct documents, but we need to make that official. That's council wants Tyler to be the representative on the Plan Commission.
Make that motion.
Second. Motion and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion is carried. So there's 2 copies that council has to sign. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Tyler. Also, we need another appointment. Charlie Cook was also a member of the Adams County Solid Waste Management District as an appointment by the city council. Bill Crone has stepped forward and volunteered to at least fill out this calendar year of 2015 as a representative on that board. So we need to make that a matter of record, that council wants to have Bill represent them on the Adams County Solid Waste Management District.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, motion second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion is carried. Last item on my report is a resolution that Tim has prepared. And Tim, if you could explain how that all works.
Okay.
And this is for, excuse me, I should say, this is for interest in properties that the city may want to,
By statute, if the city is interested in acquiring parcels of real estate, the first step in that process is that the fiscal body of the city, a common council, has to adopt a resolution that expresses an interest in those properties, and then you identify who your purchasing agent is, and that person then obtains appraisals. You have to have 2 written appraisals. They have to be done by somebody that's licensed, and then that establishes the maximum that can be paid for those properties. It's the average of the 2 appraisals. But this is the first step in possibly acquiring properties. There are 3 properties. They're all located along First Street, on the east side of First Street between the street and the river. It's the south of where the old library branch used to be, and the Macklin car dealership building, and it's now being used for refurbishing chassis on the ambulances. But
The library branch. You mean
the license branch. I'm sorry, not library. License branch.
you even got Chaluka's attention. He didn't remember no library over there.
So, but the 3 properties, there's a duplex just to the south, a rental property, and then the old auto parts store are the 3 properties that we're talking about. So if you're interested in continuing the process of possibly acquiring those properties, then I'll entertain a motion to introduce resolution 2015-10.
And we've had phase 1 and 2 environmentals were done on those buildings already.
Yes.
Exactly, right.
And this is part of our 20-year comprehensive plan.
Yes.
So that everything...
Long-term.
So people know why we're looking
Yeah.
at these properties. That was...
Yeah, long-term, there's...
Planning.
There's a plan in place that ultimately will incorporate riverfront development with the downtown redevelopment.
Okay, so we need a motion then to introduce resolution.
Second.
Motion second, all in favor, say aye.
in a hurry tonight.
Opposed, same sign.
You know, I interrupted him before when he was going to ask for it, and I felt bad, okay?
Short title too, Tim.
Resolution 2015-10, short title, resolution of the Common Council of the City of Decatur expressing an interest in purchasing real estate and authorizing appraisals.
We need a motion now to approve resolution 2015.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion's carried. Thank you very much. Next item, department heads. Greg?
I'm good, thank you.
Les? Okay.
As everyone knows, mosquitoes are getting pretty terrible all the rain. We have been treating and testing and treating and testing and treating and testing. currently gave. The testing's come back good so far. We do spray on the nights it's not windy and it's not raining.
You haven't been doing that?
Due to the type of treatment that we have to use, it's a contact spray. They have to comply and they don't fly when it's raining and they don't fly when it's windy. So right now it's been pretty tough to get a lot of spraying in. We are working every night that we can work to battle these things. I know it's a pain, but hopefully we will get somewhere with it.
Terrible Michigan, too.
Good, thank you very much, Jim. Bill? Ann?
Yeah, in reference to the volunteers that you're having a dinner for, there was a gentleman in our office today talking to Nate and I about the flooding around his house, and he was talking about the worst flooding, and he said angels showed up in my house.
Really? That's great, that's good to hear. Melissa? Greg, I know you're not a department head, but you've been involved. Anything you want to say? Appreciate it, thanks. City council members, anything you want to bring up at this time?
I just wanted to mention one thing I think residents sometimes forget about, but please, I know it's been mentioned, but I'm going to mention again because lots of drains are covered. When we get these rains, we need it. The street department tries to clean everything they can, but we just ourselves need to go out and clean our own drains too. Get rid of this water.
Try to use that as an example. Last night, my granddaughter's up 11 years old. We stopped on the street. I says, "Come on," and I showed her what she had no idea what I was talking about when I showed her. So it really helps a lot.
And every time it rains, they got to be cleaned off again.
Yeah,
Because they're covered.
yeah, that's right.
John, you were singing her praises during Board of Works and she wasn't here, but I think kudos to Melissa for the amount of work that, going towards our next presentation, or our stellar site visit. I think we're so far ahead over last year.
Yeah, Cam and I have both been involved last year and this year with our Stellar program application, and it's amazing how far ahead we are compared to last year, and a lot of it is Melissa. She's very humble about it. She won't take any credit for doing all that, but we're a lot more organized this year than we were last.
And I think a little bit more stress-free on...
No, it's not stressful for me. Thank you, Melissa. My wife thanks you, too. Okay, anybody else? Public, anybody got anything to say? Mr. Becker, you're pretty quiet.
Somewhat facetious, I guess. I noticed that most of the sculpture artists work with metal. Maybe we can convince some to work with sandbags.
Are you making an official entry here? Okay. Thank you, Bob. Thank you. Anybody else? Tim, you got anything you need to add here?
I just want to thank all the city workers. I mean, Jeremy's crew and Les. I mean, I don't know that people fully understand the amount of time and effort that they put in. And this has been an ongoing battle for now, 3 or 4 weeks at least. So I give them a lot of credit. They do a great job. We're very fortunate to have the people.
Yeah. You know, a lot of people don't realize that they didn't start doing this when we got the floods. They've been preparing for this for how long? You know, you guys have these emergency management meetings every quarter, don't you? You know, for the last 10 years probably. And so they went back now last week, and they kind of critiqued what went good, what needs improved. So they just don't sit there and wait for the next one. They're getting ready again. So I want to thank them also. Thank you. Phyllis, you got anything? You do?
I'll be meeting with the LGF Wednesday for the budget, so I will get all the budgets to you guys after I meet with them. So we'll go through that August 4th. That Form 1. We'll go through all those.
So the process,
they'll act on that.
we have to introduce the budget, and we'll do that at the next meeting on August 4th. Then what?
They'll just go through these, and if they want to change anything, and then it'll be probably, I think it's October, I have the date.
Okay,
I'm
that's
gonna
fine.
do.
Take final approval.
So, okay, so we'll start the budget process at the next meeting. Okay. Claims?
Make a motion to claim paid as advertised.
Second.
Motion second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion's carried.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion second to adjourn, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you.